Welcome to your Venus and Scorpio transit talk, or rather, Venus and Scorpio Snapshot transit report. This is the Peace Dealer, and I hope you're getting the utmost of quality from this report. We are, of course, going to be looking into Venus and Scorpio, which is definitely very awesome, just off the strength that we do see this element of course, your Scorpio planets getting lit up. Right now it's 29 degrees, so it's going to enter Scorpio tomorrow, actually. And relative to that, this will begin its transit towards lighting up your ninth house as a Pisces rising. We also want to respect the fact that not only were you born on a full moon, but you have 29 degrees Sun Scorpio. That means out of any Scorpio vibration, especially with the sun, you are exhibiting the mastery of this vibration. You are aware of wisdom and purity at this mastered level, all right? Which is definitely very relevant just off of the strength of what that represents realistically. And now with your sun on Uranus, that also enacts an alien construct that I will provide an article for when you get the download. Make sure you see the link, because not everyone sees those links. This now enables you not only to channel high frequency beings, but in the ninth house, sets the nature of your philosophy, which is already based in the occult or psychology. And now it adds innovative, unconventional genius to your ability to quite literally see into the psyche of another person. Mercury is going to now add the brain processing so you actually can plug and play input of what it is you're aware of. And now being born right before the full moon on Chiron is even more important because this makes you a vessel of natural healing. Chiron opposite Uranus in Scorpio enables a claircognizant sense of this unconventional natural healing, where you will intuitively and claircognizantly know just where to touch somebody, especially with the moon here. You'll literally feel it. And now this is, as a divine ascended master, a supernatural quality of your abilities, your soul ability that you're able to teach. I didn't mean to make this a natal chart report, but your chart is so fucking badass. Excuse my language. You are literally natural purity as a divine being. Natural royalty, pure royalty. You're a queen princess, my friend. And it's a huge deal because at the Pisces rising level, with Saturn getting ready to transit and Neptune in the first, you're shape-shifting the property of your own humanity, which Saturn through Aquarius helped you transcend and overcome doubts about how divine you actually are. Everything that society will tell you you're delusional for believing, but you willingly believing in yourself actually ends up as an ascended master helping humanity. And I love this ninth house. You have one of the strongest ninth houses I've ever seen, and I've read thousands of charts. Oh my God, especially seeing 29 degrees Mars on the MC on Neptune, you're a monster. You're a monster. You're not a human. You are not a human. Please don't ever let anyone play you like you just some human being. Okay, you got a human form. Shout out to humans. I got nothing wrong with humans. This is different though. Like 29 degrees Mars and 29 degrees Sun and 27 degrees Venus. Like, you're not normal. You have a level of finesse that is dangerous. Are you kidding me? Pluto on your Venus? You just had a Venus return? This is so seductive. You can literally have one conversation with someone and they're already falling in love with you. Not even because of conventional looks or beauty. Venus in Libra has a charm that is unparalleled, that with the extremeness of Pluto, you just need to look at someone a certain way. With the Scorpio, which is the definition of sexiness, you're a monster. You could be a heartbreaker if you wanted to. And now this also opens up a ridiculous element of trust issues. Because with Pluto here, with Saturn and Venus, the integrity of your heart is so classy, it literally cock blocks you. Because now, like, anyone who doesn't meet those standards and original values, Pluto will cock block for you. Like, you won't even be aware behind your sun what it is you did or behaved or what your heart did outside of your awareness to cock block the crap out of you. Because Kronos, Zeus, and Hades, they're not letting no bums waste your time. And that could be very frustrating because you might like some of these people, but they're unrelenting. That's the nature of your heart. She's looking out for you. But this is still very powerful. Like in the 8th house, you're very persuasive. You can convince people to invest in you. This is other people's money. This is other people's characters. And what you have is authentic original value, which we have to look at because the South Node is on your Libra planets. And this is unlocking a lot of what you spent the past 10 years, especially with 2010 Saturn return establishing. Because once this enters Aries, Saturn and Neptune, you're going to complete that. And this is going to open up a whole new cycle of wealth for you that you've spent 17 years. You're pretty much getting ready to harvest. But Jesus Christ, 29 degrees Mars and Sag with Neptune is such magical action of visualization on your legacy. You're destined, your legacy is to be seen. Your destiny is to now come into independence doing what you're creatively talented at. And you come from the ancient future to unlock this genius, what people don't see, to establish what people see. I'm North Node Aquarius. So we're unlocking our talent, what people see, in order to go towards what people don't see. So I can respect that, especially because it squares your fixed sign energy, utilizing this nature of quality to establish just that. But Neptune on the MC is very magical in Sagittarius, especially. It could just have you be projected on. People can project all sorts of bullshit towards you. Neptune rules your chart. So that's something you have to be okay with because you're always going to ascend people's visions around the world. You're meant to change the way the world sees into the meaning of truth. And Mars on the MC is great for athletics. LeBron James has this in Pisces. He got an ESPY. People who it's an actual experiment, the Mars experiment. A lot of athletes who are very prominent have a powerful Mars, especially on the MC. Scientists try to debunk this, replicated the experiment, and proved it right as well. So much so they didn't even release it because science isn't biased or anything. But you know, regardless of those sins, I love your chart. I love how amazing your chart looks because the Sagittarius season, while Venus goes into Scorpio, is going to make you aware of this element of your legacy before Jupiter expands your IC so that you come into more success. What's even cooler about this is now Venus will be polishing everything around your philosophy and how you teach. The 3rd house is learning. The 9th house is teaching. So the sun went through here. Mars went through here. Mercury went through here. And with Saturn, with Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, this is innovating the expansion of new abilities. Let's say you've always had this healing soul ability. Ever since Jupiter went here, it's like learning tarot for the first time, right? And ever since May, you were destined to take this tarot ability. And now with Uranus, people are mind blown at how you can heal real time with it. I'm using tarot as an example, but this is really just your natural abilities. All right, whatever they are, even if it's the natural ability of like waking up early, you're going to find it's healing, right? Using a crazy example, but by the time we reached November and you harvested this activation, now everything that you learned and then through Leo season on stage, you started to perfect and master socially. Now you've harvested it to where you can teach others what you've learned. You're teaching people what you've practiced through demonstration. Okay. And now at this stage, you're able to take what it is you spent 6 months mastering and do it on command. This is even cooler because you're eventually going to come in to the Uranus opposition, which is going to make even more innovative the quality of this. Uranus innovates things to the degree where if it took you 5 minutes to heal, now with Uranus here, it takes you 1 minute or 1 second. Okay, so now everything that the Sun, Mars, and Mercury constructed to harvest through your actions, awareness, and brain, Venus is now polishing the way you teach this. So now it looks more beautiful. There's more charm. It's like you've mastered this so well, it looks good now. And this is what's going to smoothen the nature of this, because that's the most important part of this Venus transit. It will be opposite Jupiter and Uranus. So coming into, of course, the 10th of December, where we have the Jupiter opposition. It will immediately trine Saturn before then, and that's what's going to set the stage for you to already, since Venus has financial implications and you are most definitely progressed into Aries, come into a transformation of your finances and polish how much more money you can come into through this. All right. Very, very important, because now that the sun is in Sagittarius season, you're immediately going to see the effects of this towards your legacy. Now that Sagittarius is second house to your Scorpio sun, you're also going to be aware of this relative to how much you ascend your finances, and how this ascension of your finances, second house of money to Scorpio, is in the 10th house and will ascend your career. All right. By the time Venus goes into Sag, you're going to polish that as well. So it's really beautiful, because by the time we now get over your Mercury, this will smoothen how you communicate these elements of your philosophy, and mainly how you show, ninth house, this transformation of your skills and how you transform society as you're meant to, because ninth house suns are spirit teachers, and you are the genius, unconventional spirit teacher who can operate outside the bounds of, what's logical. I'm not even going to say that. You can operate outside what is conventionally accepted, because you're here to innovate society and teach people exactly how to do that, especially using psychoanalysis and psychology, but not limited to just that. By the time Venus actually makes it to the end of Scorpio on your sun, you'll be like grossly aware of how much you've grown. But that harvest is going to be the last personal planet to go through here, and it will feel like a completion. It's even better since this is off the mist of your Venus return. So this is reestablishing the balance with which you deal with others to overcome trust issues now that the South Node is on this point. And it's going to really point you towards the challenge to maintain and defend your own original value. All right. Not what other people speculate what you're worth and what they want to invest, what you decide you're worth. And that's where that square to Pluto is going to intensify the extremeness with this of how you double down on this sense of value and break through with the 270-degree angle, 90-degree when Venus is in Aries, how much more confidence you're able to now step into this success going through the MC. This will be revisited, of course, with the conjunction later on in the year, coming in the next year, but still something to look forward to. Romantically, I think this will also really measure how much you're overcoming any trust issues, because you have more trust in yourself. And this will definitely open up powerful opportunities during this, especially as it opposes Uranus and squares your nodes, in order for you to maintain that authenticity and integrity, despite how things will be rapidly changing. The exponential effect in a parabolic curve of the harvest of this 180-degree aspect is what will definitely hit during the 10th in between to the rest of the transit. And because your moon is here, this will enable you to feel into this very intensely. Of course, the moon will guide Venus into Scorpio, so that opposition to your natal moon will also have you feel the adjustment of where to set these values, so that you can go forward more into polishing the transformation of your philosophy and showing this towards others. You stay blessed as always. Definitely looking forward to your feedback. Your chart is definitely peak astrology, as I like to call it. And until next time, peace.